Hey, what is up everyone? In today's video, we are going to go over 10 glitches that you can do early game. We are first going to start off with this one right here that most of you may not know about. We are going to head over here towards the swamp bank and we want to tackle down this specific deathrite bird over here. Because if we go towards the Lost Grace and then we rest till nightfall, this will then spawn in the boss. So yeah, just go up to the Lost Grace, go to the top option there, which should say past time. We now want to choose the third option, until nightfall. We'll exit out of the Lost Grace, then we'll head towards the southeast here. You should see a deathrite bird. If you've already taken out this boss, then you won't see it. We are going to continue this way till we see the route behind him, and you should see it there at the end. What we're going to do is lead him towards this specific route so that he can then jump on top of it, and I will show you the whole entire clip without it being edited. The only thing that I've edited so far would probably be the speed, because I just kind of like sped the clip up just a tad, because this boss does take a little time to kind of, I don't know, figure it out to where he needs to be. Essentially, he tries to fly all over the place like you see in the background there. He should do is this right here, and it will push himself off the map like so. You can then be rewarded with the death poker, which is absolutely fun to use. The second glitch can be found over here towards the gate town north. You then want to spawn over here if you have the Lost Grace. If not, you will need to discover it. We can then rest until nightfall. Thankfully, I'm already at nighttime here, so I'll just exit out of the Lost Grace, and then we'll go towards the southwest. What we should see towards the south here is going to be a deathrite bird that will spawn in, and you should see it right about now. We are going to go towards the right there, towards the back portion. There'll be this rock that's sticking outside of the ground. We're going to hop on top of that, and what should happen is that this boss right here will fly up and hit the death barrier. This currently does work, and if you've seen it before in my previous videos, then you kind of already have the idea of what we're going to do, and I've already mentioned it, but what we're going to do is this right here. The boss should fly up in the air like so, and hit the death barrier that's right up there, and boom. So there you go. You now have the explosive ghost. Number 3, we are going to travel towards the Church of Inhibition. Once you are here, go towards the southwest. What should happen is there's going to be an invader that will pop up. This will be Invader Vyke. What we're going to do is then go towards the back portion, which will be the left side of the church, and we'll just wait for him to spawn in. The reason for this is because we need to head in this general direction anyways, so that's why I'm already set up here. So let's go towards the left side like I've mentioned, and we'll go around and follow it. What we're going to do is lead him towards the ledge, and what should happen typically is that he will force himself off the map. Now, sometimes this might not be the case. He might just jump down there with you and kind of just have a chat. If this is the case, which it might be sometimes, I'll show you what you can do. He's going to jump on here like so and be like, hey, what's up, brother? And I'm going to be like, hey, I don't want you here. So I'll jump down. There will be a ledge right there. Sometimes he will force himself off. Yet again, if that's not the case, just go towards the bottom ledge here. Sometimes you can punch him off, but again, if it's not possible, just go towards the bottom here, and then you'll continuously use his spell. What we're going to do is just wait for him to get to the bottom here. He'll push himself off like so. Easy way to take him out, and now you have the fingerprint grape and Vyke's war spear. Number 4, we are going to take out Lorretta. This is going to be one of the most easiest bosses because of this glitch. We just have to go up towards the top left here. We're going to then open up the menu, go down towards the bottom, and then go towards your settings, go towards the right, and then exit out. You then want to load back in, and you should see that you're in the boss room. If you go towards the middle here, the boss will be completely frozen. You can go in, attack, use spells, do whatever you have to do until the boss's health is completely down to 0. You will then be rewarded with Loretta's Great Bow as well as Loretta's Slash. Pretty easy and fun to use. Try it out. Number 5, we are going to head back towards the swamp. The Lost Grace that we were just at the first glitch where we took out the Deathrite bird. Instead of going towards the left side, we're going to go towards the southeast here so that we can then jump down. Go towards the left, and then you should see that there's going to be a ledge that we are going to jump off at. Watch out for the beast and the birds there, man. They're quite powerful. Go towards the left, and then we are going to double jump. So right here, jump once, and then jump again. You should see the icon at the top left. We're going to then choose the left option. Once you've done so, you will then load up at the front of Radahn's portal. This is a great way to skip to the festival, so you do not have to complete everything in that quest. If you go towards the teleporter, you can then be teleported in the boss room. Get this, there's two glitches here that you can do. If you go backwards and you roll just as he's about to shoot it, you can then dodge it and completely negate the damage. What's going to happen too is when you've reached the bottom portion here, as far as you can go, you should see Radahn disappear, and then when you go forward, he will then skip that phase of shooting up the arrows in the sky. Now you can just fight him straight on without that annoying part of this boss room. So definitely worth trying, and I highly recommend this one if you guys have not tried it. Number 6, we are going to travel towards the isolated merchant shack. Once you are here, interact with the Lost Grace, claim it, and then make sure that you have rested till nightfall. If you end up seeing the merchant in the back there, you may need to talk to him, exhaust that first dialogue, and then rest again, and you should see that he will disappear. So right here, for example, this is what I'm talking about. I'll interact with him, talk to him, then go back towards the Lost Grace, rest, and what should happen when I exit out is that he'll be gone. And now, right after this, you will see that this bell-bearing hunter will spawn in. You can then go towards the northeast here, towards the ledge, and we are going to wait for this boss to come close enough so that we could then drop down below. The reason for this is we are going to lead him down as well. Eventually, he will drop, yet it may take some time, like here, for example, he finally dropped down. Now that he's dropped, we can then go towards the bottom portion and then lead him there. He'll then force himself off the map. Sometimes if you jump off the map, he will then jump off with you, and that's what had happened in this clip right here. He did not fall off entirely, so I said screw it. I tried to jump off, yet he forced me off the map, and that ended up forcing him off the map as well, so it was a win-win. Now, most of the time, he will force himself off the map, and sometimes you may need to just jump off and see if he'll follow with you, and sometimes that might be the case. Number 7, we want to travel towards the Smoldering Church. We are going to then travel outside of the church, specifically the south. We should see that this invader will spawn in here in just a second. I'm going to travel towards the left side if we're facing the front side of the church here, and we are going to then wait for this invader to spawn in. This is one of the most easiest glitches to perform, so despite seeing my runes there that are on the ground, it is easy. We are going to travel towards the north here, and we want to try to jump over this gap and try to force the NPC to do the same thing. So eventually the NPC will fail to do so and most likely will jump off the map. Now in this case it did not happen, so I went over towards the left and then wait for it to come and then jump towards it, and then there you go. And you can then receive the Sacred Scorpion Charm. Number 8, we want to travel towards Rose Church after we have defeated Godric the Grafted. Some of you may be thinking, wow, this is not early game. Yet it definitely is, because you can defeat that boss pretty early. Continuing on with this, you'll then want to go towards the Rose Church, as I've mentioned. And again, you'll want to defeat Godric the Grafted. What you will notice right after, if you travel towards first step, is that the white mask is no longer there. Instead, he will be over here towards Rose Church. For myself, he's not there because I've already completed the quest, so I'm going to describe this briefly with you guys because honestly, it's not too difficult to explain. So what you're going to do is head towards Rose Church, talk to him, click the first option. He will then ask you to invade 3 times, or you can invade an NPC. You'll then want to go back towards the Rose Church. He'll give you a napkin of some sort. What you will do next is take this over towards the Church of Inhibition. You'll soak it in the Maiden's Blood, which will be located on the chair towards the left once you're there. And then you'll take this back towards the White Mask. He will then give you a medal, which will then allow you to teleport straight towards Dynasty. This can be done early game. Again, those locations can be discovered easily just by sprinting past enemies and going straight there. You absolutely do not need to fight every single enemy along the way unless you want to be a Chad, then absolutely do so. Now to continue on with this glitch right here, we are going to then travel towards the north and then go towards the east here, and you then should locate the ledge that you can jump on like so. This is an alternative way to do the rune farm. There are so many spots in this location, not to mention non-glitch spots that you can perform. So now that we are at the top here, we can then go towards the left and you should see an open hole that will allow you to jump down in. You can then continuously swing, and if you want, you can then throw on a talisman like the golden scarab. This will increase your damage by quite a lot. And yeah, it's absolutely worth using because this is something that you can benefit from early game, and you can continuously do this as much as you want. If you want to survive the fall damage, open up the menu towards the map and then fast travel back towards the Dynasty Mausoleum. Next up, we are going to talk about this glitch right here, which involves Mogwin's boss. This boss can be found at the top. If you go towards the last Lost Grace that we were just at, take a turn and go up the stairs. It's a straight shot from there. You just go to the very top, interact with the mist door, exit out, and then load back in. You should be shot outside of the map, or outside of the boss room I should say, and then you want to then drop down. Go towards the end here, towards the Lost Grace, drop down, and then drop towards the next ledge. You then want to go towards the south. You should be able to jump midway, land right here safely, and then we can go towards the left. Hop on top of our mount, yet you will notice that we cannot use it because we're at a point where it's just not accessible. If you go far enough, you will be able to use it right here. This will allow us to then jump the gap. Once done so, you can then go towards the left side, locate the same exact hole that we just went to a couple of seconds ago, jump down it, and then continuously swing. If you do not continuously swing when doing this glitch, you will fall towards your death. What I've done right here is throw on the Scarab Talisman so that I can gain the max amount of runes. What you should see is the normal drop, and then you should see that the boss will fall as well. There we go, Demigod felled, and now you have the Remembrance of the Bloodlord, as well as 1 million runes. And last but not least, we are going to talk about number 10. This next glitch can be done pretty much anywhere to allow you to survive fall damage. There are different spots that you can use with this glitch so that you can utilize it to its max potential. Yet for myself, I'm going to show you this over at Halo Tree Town, and I'm going to show you how to skip towards the elevator. Now again, this can be used to just negate fall damage, yet there are other useful ways to use this. For example, this can be used at Royal Capital or other spots to just skip past certain sections. For example, right here, I'm going to block the attack. I'm going to attack him, and then I will fall down like so. I will be able to survive the fall damage. I can trigger the elevator back up, and it's that easy. I know that this one is late in the game, yet the reason why I'm showing this is because you can use this pretty much anywhere to survive fall damage. And now I'm just going to show you an extra glitch within this video, so let's go ahead and travel towards this Lost Grace over here, the Backstreets. We are going to then go towards the northeast, take a right, go up the hill, and then what you should see is this route here. We want to jump on top of the building, and then jump across the gap, jump towards this structure, the statue, and then jump towards the left so that you can land right here in the middle. Then you'll just double jump right here. Now you're on top of this building. You can then drop down like so, and you can then take out both of the bosses in this level. What's great is once you've defeated both of them, you can then pick up the item that's behind the mist door, and this is a staff. Definitely recommend it, guys. Now, before I go, I do want to mention a few things. First and foremost, if you do not think this is early game, then you're wrong, because you can absolutely reach. And before I go, I do want to mention a few things. First and foremost, I feel like there's going to be someone in the comments saying, hey, this is not early game, yet it absolutely is. You can reach this spot from just going up here, going towards the church, and then going behind and using the teleporter. It'll teleport you up here, and then you can travel your way downwards. Honestly, you don't even have to go that way. You could go towards the, I believe it's the front gate, or the gate, where is it at? It's somewhere over there, but you can travel from that side towards the right, and even on the side of the castle here, you can go around it and then reach the lakes. maybe, just maybe, you can consider Godric not early game, yet you can reach that spot pretty fast at the start. And the only time that you do need to defeat Godric for a glitch is if you want to do the rune farming, and that's honestly for rune farm. That being said, if you guys have any questions about the glitches that we talked or discussed today, feel free to submit a comment down below, a question or whatever you want to say. It can even be something supportive. Just comment something and I'll reply back to it as soon as I can. And most importantly, I want to say thank you to everyone that is currently subscribed and is a member. If you have not subscribed yet, do so. It's free. Just click the red button there, subscribe, and then click the bell icon next to it and make sure that you're notified for all. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you all in the next video.